All right, let's get this show started.
In today's talk, TYRON Woodley gets honest on Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul. Speaking on his Real Right Quick podcast, Woodley shared his take on the recently announced boxing match between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. T. Wood believes that despite being 57 years old, Tyson is still a better boxer than Jake, and that with his power, he could even knock out current heavyweight boxing champions.
He's fighting the one fighter that most people feared. And I feel like 58, 27, the age is not a factor. That's a wash, right? Experience level obviously is going to go to Mike Tyson. If Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson, I don't give a fuck if he's 70. You're going to have to put at least an ounce of respect on his name. He has the power and ability to shift organs in your body if he hits you with the right force, right? So I think he forgot more technique than Jake Paul has ever learned in his life. He can just go into autopilot and wreck some of the current heavyweight champions in the boxing division now.
Sean O'Malley moves on from Ryan Garcia's super fight. O'Malley triumphed at UFC 299 with a unanimous decision win over Chito Vera. This victory sets the stage for a potential challenge from Ryan Garcia, who is gearing up to return to the boxing ring against Devin Haney in April. If Garcia emerges victorious, he aims to take on O'Malley in the cage. However, Sugar Sean doubts the likelihood of a fight with Garcia ever materializing. During Monday's appearance on the MMA Hour, O'Malley stated that there's no way he sees Garcia moving into MMA and that he would throw in the towel after a single day of training. Also, Sean said that if he moves into the boxing ring, he would rather go for a big fight with a reliable name like Floyd Mayweather.
Again, I just think mentally that kid is not where he needs to be. We'll see how he looks against Devin Haney and kind of go from there. I feel like an MMA fight is just so unrealistic. There's 0% chance he would ever even make it to that fight. I mean, it would take him one MMA session, one wrestling day, one jiu-jitsu with anybody that knows anything for him to realize, okay, never mind, this is a bad idea. So if anything would happen, it would be boxing. I mean, I don't really know. I don't even know if I want a build up of that kind of fight with where his head's at right now, just because it would be massive, might not be might not be it, but there's big fights still up there. There's come here, PG. Floyd's still kicking, you know what I'm saying? Floyd's still running around the boxing room, so I keep going out there and doing what I'm doing. There's no, I might just skip Ryan, I might skip Gervonta and go straight to the big dog.
Justin Gaethje responds to Michael Bisping's recent comments. On his YouTube channel, Michael Bisping proposed that Dustin Poirier should be next in line for a title fight against Islam Makhachev. Additionally, he recommended that the victor of the Arman Tsarukyan vs. Charles Oliveira fight face Justin Gaethje.
I am telling you, that was pure violence from the get-go. And I say that makes him jump to the front of the queue, right? Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, they can be next. Justin Gaethje, he's also there, okay? Maybe the winner of Oliveira and Tsarukyan fights Justin Gaethje, but I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised, okay? This is me just sitting here in my YouTube studio at my house. I haven't spoken to anyone at the UFC. I didn't work UFC 299. I have no inside info, but don't be surprised if they make that fight because Dustin Poirier deserves it.
This didn't sit well with Justin, who tweeted, "Bisping talking bullocks." And here's a clip of Gaethje's reaction to Poirier's knockout victory.
Yes! Yes! All right. Yes! Damn! Say my name.
Chael Sonnen reveals that he almost fought Francis Ngannou last week. Former UFC champion Francis Ngannou's second venture into the boxing ring did not go as well as his first, with Anthony Joshua ending the fight early and violently. It also sounds like Francis nearly had a second fight on his hands that weekend. Speaking on ESPN MMA's Good Guy Bad Guy show, Sonnen told the story of him almost getting into a street fight with Ngannou in a parking garage.
All right, now, for the most part, this is between Francis and I, but Francis and I had to be separated in a parking garage. I gotta tell you, you come face to face with an angry Francis in a street fight situation. So here we are, security breaks it up, but they don't get involved. They're over my shoulder. I can hear them yelling at us, but they don't actually come over. So now we've turned and squared up. I know the same thing about fighting as everybody else watching this knows about fighting, which is whatever your father taught you. And my dad did not tell me I had to wait to defend myself. He told me when they're within arm's reach, it has begun. But Daniel, I don't want this thing to jump off. I got an ego too. I got these glasses. I'm thinking about he's gonna crack me with these glasses. Francis, I'm doing the math too. Like, I got an ego too. You duck John Jones. I'll fight John right now, and I might have to fight you right now. Like, this is going through my mind. But my son is about 12 feet away. And he's in a pair of gloves that Nate Diaz had given him. It was the Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul. Nate had given him a pair of gloves. So my son's over. He's shadow boxing. Francis doesn't know he's there. I said, Francis, not now. And he lets me know this is happening now. I've been looking for you for a while. And I took my hand and I just went like this to my son. I said, not in front of my son. Francis looks over and sees my son. Not a word did he say. Respect. He understood the code. He dropped it right there.
Kamaru Usman reacts to Francis Ngannou's brutal KO loss to Anthony Joshua. During a recent episode of Pound for Pound with Kamaru and Henry, Usman expressed how difficult it was for him to witness his brother being knocked out cold. He advised Francis not to rush back into fighting and to consider taking some time off.
I think you can always point to different things that might have played a factor here and there, but the result is it is what it is. It was a hard one watching my brother go down like that. But hey, if you're in this combat sports world long enough, that's bound to happen at some point. And it happened. It was very difficult to see the progression of how things play themselves out in the fight, but it happened. We can't shy away from it. It's very tough to win. It's to enjoy winning if you don't know what losing feels like. And yes, I will, when he feels up to it, me and my brother will have a conversation. We texted a little bit, but we'll have a conversation. And my advice would just be to take his time. Take your time. At the end of the day, no one can tell you when that time is, that appropriate time is, because he's a professional. Just like I am, just like you are, he's a professional. He knows his clock. He knows his time. He knows what he's capable of being able to handle.
Time for today's top memes. Third place was found over on Instagram and was posted by Daily Dose MMA. The second place meme was also found over on Instagram and was posted by As Shopped As It Gets. And the top picked meme was found over on Reddit and was posted by Squidward. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.